What's up, folks and blokes and cherry cokes? In today's video, we're going to be doing a comparison of the three Decepticons that come from the Dramatic Capture series, Meg, Soundwave, and Shockwave, and compare them to their existing equivalents, Meg's from Earthrise, Soundwave from Netflix, and Shockwave from Siege. So stick around and let's see if this set is worth it. We're going to start with Megatron, so I'll be right back, okay? Alright, so let's start with what's arguably probably the worst one from the set, and I'll go into all of that in a second, but first, let's just kind of take a look at paint. I mean, this is all going to be pretty subjective. Either you like this one, or you like this one. There's aspects of both that I like. I like the black on the shins. I don't like this as much, but everything else, I kind of like this guy a lot. There is a bit of overspray over here. You see that? You know what I mean? It's not like perfectly flat, and you can see how the luster kind of shines off it in a weird way. I love the red, the accents, the ribs, the red dot. He doesn't have that, and I can appreciate that from like a G1 perspective because, I don't know, that's how I kind of remember it. All the black, well not all, but a lot of it has been either replaced with this gray or it's been done in like silver. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I like the front better than I do like the back. I just don't like these gray things as much. But yeah. Okay, so before we go into that other guy, let me talk about this guy first. Everything about this guy is dope in terms of like, what is it, posability and stuff like that, except this part. This, oh my gosh, and it's happening right now too. Okay. You see that hole, how it's all like dug out and carved? The reason it looks like that, it's either this hole is too small or this peg is too large. And like, dude, it got stuck there so many times. It actually just ended up getting messed up really on mine. And I hate that. I really, really hate that. And so that's the biggest minus from this one. And so let's kind of move into the side. I think they have addressed it here. I just have it in his fist right now. But in terms of like this hole, it's a tight fit, but it's not impossible like the other one. Like the other one, terrifying, and I just couldn't get this thing out. So that's that. This doesn't like to stay in place, but here's where the biggest drawbacks are with this guy. Something happened with the mold. Like you can see there's warping. You see that? There's indentations in the plastic, and then the silver on top of it allows you to see that degradation. And I'm not a huge fan of that. You can see it here too. There's a mold slight indentation. But even worse than that is this. Dude, come on, guys. When I saw Minor Megatron, I should have realized that this was going to be an ongoing problem. So now any future Megatrons, if they choose to continue milking this mold, they're all going to have this weird like leg thing, dude. And yeah, I can fix it with the little piece of paper trick that I have, and I plan to do so. But this is annoying, dude. Especially, you know, you're paying so much for like a premium set, and this is like the 5th or 6th Megatron that I have. So it is a bit annoying that things aren't getting better, but they're getting worse in terms of the manufacturing quality. And so that's why this set, if it was perfect, I would have come out and just endorsed it. Be like, dude, get this, replace all your old ones. But I don't know. I'm on the fence because, like I said, there's a lot of great things about this guy. And to be completely honest, unless you're really, really in love with this deco and you need this dude, this guy, the Siege guy, Minor Megatron, the Netflix one's a little meh, but I don't really see any reason to replace them. I think they're close to equal to me. Yeah, I'll just say that. So anyway, let me get these guys out of here and then we'll compare Soundwave, okay? All right, here we have Soundwave, and he's not without his flaws either. He's probably the second best from the set, Megatron being the worst, and obviously that leaves Shockwave as number 1. But very similar things with the Megatron. So one, paint scheme is different. You can see he's in a much, much darker, richer blue, and when I saw this, I thought this was Soundwave perfect, but the more I look at this, I feel like this color is actually accurate. The eyes are like, they have the light piping, but it just seems like a darker red versus like this one. You see how bright that one is? And I don't think it's just the lighting. Like yeah. And tape-wise, well, whatever, dude. I didn't bring Laserbeak here, and that's fine. The big difference, obviously, is the paint, right? There's silver paint accents over here, more than accents. There's silver paint all over there. This has been like highlighted, so it kind of like stands out. He doesn't have any paint on the forearm, but location of paint-wise on the legs is all the same. Feet have been painted silver, so lots of the gray stuff has been accented and really kind of brought to life with the silver, which I do think looks really, really nice. Problems. he also has suffered mold degradation. And so I'm actually quite worried about the new one that we have coming out. The the one with Buzzsaw. I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm really annoyed with that one too, by the way. The fact that I got to buy that whole thing to get a Buzzsaw. Anyway. All right. I don't know if you can see it, but his arms right here are perfectly straight. His arm is not. I don't know if you can see it here, but it slightly bends out this way. Mold warping happened, and I know I can fix it with hot water, but like, dude, I would have to dunk that entire assembly in there and just try to bend that piece. Like, I don't know if it's really worth it, because it's not horrible, but it's there, and it is kind of like bugging me. But worse than that is this. If you look at this dude, oh, and by the way, for Megatron, like, if it seemed that I glossed over a lot of the other areas, it's because it's identical. There wasn't anything really for me to point out. Everything that was different I pointed out in terms of paint, looseness, and stuff like that. But otherwise, he was pretty similar, and therefore I didn't feel it was necessary to focus on those areas. But so here's Soundwave, right? And I want you to look at the legs. The legs cannot go perfectly straight. They can get really close. They can get really, really close. But there is something built in here that gives it a slight A stance, right? You feel me, right? You see this, right? And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. This leg can go in a little bit, but this one cannot. I don't know what's going on. I've looked at the assembly. It doesn't seem to be assembled incorrectly, but it just won't do it. Like, this is the most. So it's a little bit asymmetric. You got to pull this out a little bit, and then you can get a symmetric A stance. But yeah, it doesn't close in all the way. And this is one of those things that bugs me. It's like, you tell me that this is a premium product, but at the same time, they did specify that it is premium paint and premium finish, because their product is certainly not. And if it was me, and like, Korean people, we take a lot of pride, and it's part of the cultural thing. Almost like too much pride in your manufacturing. We'll polish it to death. And I know Japanese have an intensely high level of quality, and I'd be a little bit ashamed of this set, just to be completely honest, because while it is premium finish, it's not premium manufacturing. I'll just tell you that it's not. But he does look good. He does look good. And while I do love this Netflix one, I don't know, man. Like, on the Megatron one, I was on the fence. I could have gone either way, but after handling this dude and seeing this guy, seeing the red accents and the paint and all of this, I like this guy a lot. I like this guy a lot. Whereas Megatron, I was kind of like on the fence. I don't know. Despite the little things that I've mentioned over here, the red deco and the accents that you see all over this bot, like just the little things like that, like this. Man, that does it for me, dude. That really, really does it for me. And I really do enjoy this guy. Yeah. I just wish the manufacturing was a little bit better. Could have been a home run. I would say it's probably a double or maybe a triple, but not bad. The Megs was a little bit oh, sorry. The Megs probably had the worst QC on it, but now let's take a look at Shockwave, okay? I'll be right back. All right, last but not least, we have Shockwave, and man, logically and rationally, this guy is perfect. He's really nice. The only downside is that he doesn't come with the armor that this guy comes with, which is dope, and it's unfortunate. But at the same time, he didn't have it in G1. He didn't have it in that dramatic, on the Nemesis, and so I think it makes sense. The purple that he comes in, he's a much darker purple. I don't know who gets it right, but I want to say he's closer. But the reason I like this one is this purple is the same color as Brunt, which allows me to like upgrade this guy and make it look a lot more seamless. The very kind of like light purple gray that the blaster and the hands were molded in, I really liked before, but I like this one a lot more. This light pink that they got going on. I don't know if I like the stark white as much. I wish perhaps it was a little bit like more silver. Still though, not bad. And yeah, this being in white, I don't remember the original Toys color, the G1 Toys color. For some reason, maybe it was silver. I think it was actually silver, and it wasn't purple. But yeah, I think he would have looked nice in silver. But perhaps, like if they had done it like this, right? His ears, those are in silver. I think it would have been nice had they done this and this and this and this. But perhaps, I don't know, perhaps paint wouldn't have worked. At the same time, I think he has paint down here. I think these are maybe not. Well, either way, yeah, like manufacturing wise, he's good, dude. He has zero flaws on him. He's actually quite perfect, and it almost, in a weird, like, not ironic, but from a lore perspective, it almost seems to make sense. And oh gosh, it's really overexposed. I hope the whole video is not like that. But I feel like from the lore perspective, it makes sense. It's like, hey, if anyone's going to like replicate and manufacture themselves and get a high quality while doing it, it's probably going to be Shockwave, right? It's probably going to be Shockwave, and it works out. And so in terms of this versus this, the only reason I like this one and I would purchase this one over this is because it comes with the armor set, right? And so, yeah, but again, this is us just kind of like comparing these guys individually. Everything else, like, I don't know. It's nice. I like being able to see the guts over here, the circuitry. I mean, he has it too, but it stands out just a little bit more. And the details on this dude are, it's just really nice. Dude, sorry, let me just get the focus. There we go. It's just really nice. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. There isn't any extra special deco. Yeah. So let me get all three guys out here again, okay? One second. All right, to wrap it up from best to worst, Shockwave is the best of the bunch. Next comes Soundwave, and then it's Megatron. Do I recommend this set? If you have the extra change, I would. I think these guys look really nice. They do feel very G1 to me. Yes, you're going to have to do some work on Megatron to, make him a little bit more sturdy. But despite the little flaws on Soundwave, I think the deco is sublime. It is very beautiful. Shockwave, I told you, is near perfect. And I mean, I'm not going to do anything with these guys. I'm not going to throw them away or sell them or anything like that. I still like this guy for his armor. I still like this guy for who he is. And he's quite dusty, dude. I see all this dust on his knees. I like him for who he is, but at the same time, I would consider selling him. Because now we got the other one coming out, but we'll see. Or maybe I'll do some skid where there's some like multiverse Soundwave thing. And lastly, this Megatron, I think he's quite nice. This whole thing is a big eyesore, I told you, but yeah, I don't know. But if you don't got the change, right, dude, you don't need to replace these guys. These guys are plenty good. Yeah. If these guys were a perfect 10, I'd be like, dude, go replace them right away. But they're not. They have flaws and stuff, So that's why I think the original set is still not a bad contender. But yeah, something for everybody. Real talk, though. But yeah, really disappointed at the low QC on this guy. Mold degradation on this. And so whatever, dude. It is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, friends. Y'all have a lovely day, okay? Bye-bye.